Hello, we are in Vilnius in Lithuania for the International Conference of Official Statistics. We are pleased to have here Conchita, that she's the director of the International Statistics Institute. I don't say the surname because it's very difficult. I have one question for her. Her word, what is official statistics?
Yes, thank you. So official statistics, I think, is a combination of statistics for the policymakers. So it's for government. So it entails all information about about society, so about citizens, how they live, how they travel, how they work, how they entertain, how they what they do in their spare time. But it's also about health issues, for example, but it's also about informing people in their municipalities of how their municipality is built up and what's information about their really area in their municipality. So it comes really close to people. And it's also important for policymakers on local government level and international and central government to say, okay, what's happening in our society and how can we make it better for certain groups, or, for example, to see if there's something we want to change, what will be the impact on certain groups. So to look into the future. And I think official statistics is really helpful in helping those people as well as citizens, civil servants, in their work to make actually life better in their society.
Thank you, Conchita. Once I read from a sociologist that official statistics in the beginning born for the government to control the population. Now is the opposite. Official statistics is a way, number, evaluation that help the people to control the government, to check the government, to maybe also during election campaign to see if the government did a well job or not. And maybe also in this with this data that we have more data every day. More data, we can use this data for policy, for evaluation. What is the most exciting or depressing thing happening in official statistics or statistics right now for you?
Yes. Well, if I may go back to what you said about controlling people, I think the nice thing about statistics and about statisticians is that they do their work independently. So they provide information, and the way that the information is used is up to the other people. So I don't know if statistics is really born to control people. Governments used it to control people, but I think in the end it was started to really see what's happening and to measure it, so you could make the policy.
I completely agree. Reality. I'm 50 years old. When I study statistics, basically in every exam we focus in confidentiality.
Exactly.
And then I was surprised. Then after 10, 20 years, European Union start to speak about confidentiality. For me, was a kind of obvious concept. Because a statistician, of course, confidentiality is the key. I don't know if you agree. It's like a restaurant cleaning is a key. If the restaurant is dirty, you don't go there.
Exactly.
And the same is statistics. The precondition is confidentiality. If not, you will not answer question and so on.
Yes, and independence. So, and that brings me to your second question about what's exciting. I think what's really exciting is that we're living now in this time where there is an abundance of data, and also citizens create data with their mobile phones. So the world is definitely changing, and I think this impacts statistics. So in the past, statisticians had a monopoly actually on providing data and information. And the government could only go to the official statisticians for information. And now they can go to different places. So I think what's happening now is how do we create and draft a new system where we still, from the statistician's point of view, provide reliable data from trustworthy organizations who you can really say, okay, if this data comes from them and this information, then I can trust it and I can make a new policy out of it, contrary to other data that's being presented and you don't know where it's really coming from. So this change, a sort of revolution, I could say, into the role of official statistics is very challenging. It's difficult, but it's nice.
Thank you. I completely agree. I think as a taxpayer, we pay National Statistical Office, of course, for sound statistics, sound methodology to have this data. But one of the most important quality of a National Statistical Office is that is independent, that we can trust this data are not data from the government, data of the state, of the people, are not, they don't have a political party affiliation. What made you fall in love or hate this work with the statistics, with the statistician? Tell me something that you love. Yeah, in this conference, there was a very good, very nice keynote speaker about love statistics.
Yeah.
And also, I'm sure you have something that you hate that maybe you want to share with us.
Yeah, so it was at Humferson telling that statistics is an act of love. Well, I don't know if it's an act of love, but actually what made me fall in love with statistics is that it's an extremely international environment and people collaborate all over the world. So it's very international and people are extremely open in discussing things, their challenges, their work. They're very open to educate others and share their knowledge. So it's a very open group of very dedicated people. So that's what I really like about it. And what I hate about it, well, I would say that in these international organizations, it's a lot of older people who are boss and managing things. And so I would say that it's not maybe that I hate it, but I think a better inclusivity of, and I think women actually are well represented, although some parts it can be better. But I think adding younger people to the group, and that would be very useful.
Yes, I agree. I noticed that many National Statistical Office in Europe, they are led from women.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong, but also in Lithuania, we are the leader for sure is a woman, Jurate, but also the three vice director. All the senior leadership is a woman, and they, especially in Lithuania, they did a data revolution. They move the National Statistical Office in data agency. They produce, they are very innovative. Probably this office, thanks to, they start with COVID. There was a data emergency.